I am Jazzie Carrington, and this is my show, What's Hot with Jazzie. I'm introducing you to some of the hottest, most innovative people around the nation, from pop culture entertainment to people making a difference in your community and mine. So let's get started with What's Hot with Jazzie. Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of What's Hot with Jazzie. So excited for my guest today. He is now on tour, a fabulous tour with the Def Jam reunion tour of comments such as Joe Torre, Hamburger, and you name it. And this guy is burning up the stage. I'm here with comedian Les Long.
What's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
I'm loving this. Hi, Les.
How are you, Jazz?
I am doing fabulous. So happy that you decided to sit down with me today because I know you've been a busy man. You've been booked and busy.
I'm riding around, I'm getting it. It's mine, I spend it.
Well, yes. Well, I was just mentioning in my little intro that you are on tour right now. I'm loving this. And I really want to talk about this. You are with some legends. So can you tell us a little bit about the tour?
Oh, yeah. It's a Def Comedy Jam reunion tour. On that show, it's Hamburger. Y'all remember him? Hamburger.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's fabulous.
Oh, yeah. Shucky Ducky Quack Quack. A lot of y'all might be familiar with Mike Brooks. Mike Brooks is the guy that's all over TikTok and Instagram, always doing the voices for the monkeys and the gorillas.
Oh.
And then, of course, all y'all remember Joe Torre.
Yeah.
Y'all remember him from BET.
Yeah. Yes. So, and I saw a fabulous documentary on him on Netflix. I think it was last year, how they started out. And they started with the small area, I think in Los Angeles. It was comedy. Doing the comedy, and that's how Def Jam comedy got started. And I tell you, it was very interesting. That's exciting. So please let us know, how did you get into comedy? Because I know you say that you're a family comedian.
Oh, yeah.
So what does that mean exactly? It means you don't curse.
No. let me be real clear. I really got my major opportunities came from me being able to be clean.
Yeah.
Clean comedy.
Yeah.
Some people label me as a Christian comedian, gospel comedian. I'll let you call me whatever you want when you're paying me. Okay. I don't care what you put on the flyer. And I'm going to be that person.
Right.
So I'm very well known for doing clean comedy, but I do a lot of nightclubs. Okay. I do a lot of stuff that I get to curse. I kind of like cussing. I've been cussing since I was a boy.
Well, it's funny because I think Steve Harvey kind of does that clean comedy a little bit. But, I think we like to hear a little bit of cuss.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, all my cuss words is in the Bible. Hell, damn, and ass. They in the Bible. Them is God's cuss words. They put them in the Bible. That means you can say them. So those if you see me and I'm cussing, that's what you're gonna hear.
Well, Les, I also know because you have so many things going on. We are here at your fabulous radio station.
Yes.
Choice FM 92.1. I know you come on every Sunday from 5 to 7.
5 to 7. That's right.
So tell us a little bit about that because this is new for me. I've never been here in your studio at the radio station. I'm loving it.
Oh, yeah. Everything that has happened for me happened through comedy.
Yeah.
Growing up, a dream of mine was to be on the radio.
Wow.
You know, the greatest Christmas gift I ever got was my parents bought me a tape recorder, some blank tapes.
Oh God, that's old school.
And I had and I had and they had a little radio. So I would let a song play for a few minutes, and then record a little bit of that song, then turn the radio down, and then I would pretend I was the radio announcer.
Wow, you were doing this as a little kid?
I'm talking about, this is like at 8, 9 years old.
You were intelligent.
And you know, never thought that
one day you'd really
be doing it. And I've worked at WAUG over at St. Augustine's. I worked in their radio station. I've worked over at 95.5.
Wow.
What's that? First Media down in Rocky Mount.
Yeah.
And then I worked
first radio station to play my music.
Okay. And I did some time over there at Foxy. I was on Foxy for a while.
Oh, wow. So you were with Radio 1 for a while.
Yeah, for a little while. And then I've been here at Choice FM for right at a year.
Now, is this an internet radio station?
Yes, you can stream in online and pick up Choice FM, and you can tune in. We are a hip hop, R&B, and Southern soul and gospel station. Sundays they play gospel and hear different ministers and whatnot during the morning hours. And then so we'll have you in heaven on Sunday morning, and then I come in with that liquor house music. That Southern soul, you know. And, I left home with my side piece. And if I back it up, what you gonna do?
I love it. I love it. I tell you. Well, also I know that you have a venue as well. So you do promoting.
Yeah.
And this is interesting because you do a lot of different shows.
Yeah. I own a place in Lewisburg, North Carolina called the Pack House.
Wow. That sounds like a liquor house.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ain't no party like a pack house party, because a pack house party don't stop.
Woo-hoo.
And the Pack House is located in Lewisburg, 100 William Perry Road. That's a road named after my grandfather.
Oh wow.
My grandfather had close to 100 acres.
Wow.
And I have a little piece of it through the blessings of my mother, because it was her father's land.
Yeah.
And through my mother and my father, I was gifted that property, and that was my vision. I had rented fairgrounds and different things over the years to have events.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm gonna create my own oasis.
Well, let me ask you, on this reunion tour, because this is a big thing, how did you come to be asked to do the tour?
One of the promoters.
Wow.
It's a couple different. I think it's 3 guys.
Yeah. And
I've done a lot of work here in North Carolina. I mean, I've done stuff in other states.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
This is home.
Yeah.
Unlike a lot of people when they're in the entertainment industry, home doesn't always show them love. They have to become somebody out in the world, and then come back home. And then everybody wants to embrace them. Yeah. It kind of was just the opposite for me. I didn't try to move to Atlanta or New York or LA. I just kind of always said, I'm gonna make enough noise at home, that the world will come find me, versus me trying to put myself in the world.
I love that. And I also wanted to ask you, because I know you say you're a family comedian, but you have shared stages with Steve Harvey. Yep. You've opened for Mary J. Blige, Patti LaBelle. Yep. Those are some big names. And so, what do you think as far as going into comedy? Because comedy is not easy. What was your inspiration, or who did you admire in the comedy world?
When Comic View came along, as well as Def Comedy Jam, I used to watch those programs.
Yeah.
And I used to say to myself, I think I could do this.
Really?
I for years, I would say when I would watch those shows and look at those guys, I was like, man, I could do this. And
wow.
And it was just a thought. So now this is me at like 18, 19, my early 20s. It was a thought. Yeah. And I didn't get into comedy until I was in my mid 30s. So
really?
It was just a talent that I had that was kind of sitting on the shelf. To be honest, I used my gift of gab or my power of persuasion. I used it just to get women. when I was younger, I could always make the ladies.
Oh my God!
I could make the ladies laugh.
All you comedians say
yeah.
that your comedy gets the ladies.
Hey, and I could always interview well for jobs. I've talked my way into jobs that I knew I wasn't qualified for. And they would hire me, and then I just had to figure out,
what I was doing.
What to do.
What you were doing.
But in my mid 30s, I used to listen to Steve Harvey's morning show every morning because I had a desk job, and they allowed us to have radios.
Yeah.
And so I would listen to Steve Harvey every morning. This is talking early 2000s, and I worked with a group of people, and they would always say, "Man, you funny, man. You should try comedy." And I'm like, I don't know. Then they started finding places for me to go perform.
Wow.
Open mics and all that, and I started out, and here I sit right at 20 years later.
Wow, so, and the rest is history. I love it. Well, I know you're on this tour. Do you have any other upcoming projects coming up in the comedy world?
I am booked a lot. I have a Patti LaBelle show coming up.
I love her. I just seen her in concert back last year in August.
Patti, when she comes to North Carolina, she a lot of time puts a request for me to be the one to open up for her.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And then I have the North Carolina Cigar Festival at my place, the Pack House in Lewisburg. I have Nellie Tiger Travis.
Wow.
Southern Soul Superstar. She's coming to the Pack House August 5th. The Cigar Festival is July 15th. The Nellie Tiger Travis is coming August 5th.
Now, let me ask you, Cigar Festival. Now, exactly what is that?
Cigars have become a huge part of our culture now.
Yeah.
From sophisticated ladies are into cigars now. A lot of gentlemen are into cigars. And so some buddies of mine, we say, hey, let's just put together a North Carolina Cigar Festival and see what happens. And tickets are selling. People are responding.
So is it a bunch of people smoking cigars?
Everybody won't be smoking, but it's an outdoor venue. So it's not like the smoke is going to...
I don't know.
Yeah,
I was at a concert in Atlanta, and people were smoking cigars, and I had to leave.
Was it outdoor?
Yes, but it was overbooked.
Oh, no. I got a lot.
Not to put a Debbie down on your festival.
I'm going to look right at the camera. I got a lot of land. So you don't have to be right up on somebody.
Yeah.
But we got Southern Soul artists on that show. We got R&B artists on that show.
So who do you have anybody coming that I know, that we know?
Well, I went a different direction. I wanted to give, it's a North Carolina Cigar Festival.
Yeah.
So I chose all North Carolina talent.
I love it.
Yeah. I've always tried to push North Carolina. So we got a band, T&T band out of Warrenton, North Carolina.
Yeah.
We got a go-go band out of Durham. I think they're called Alchemy.
Yeah.
We got a solo artist. I can't remember the young lady's name right now. We got Nino the Gentleman, Southern Soul artist. We got somebody that's going to be doing a little bit of jazz out there. We got 3 DJs.
Wow.
So,
this is a pretty big festival. Well, it's, North Carolina has put out some great artists. Ari Lennox. Yeah. I mean, Anthony from Hamilton. Perry, Anthony Hamilton. Love Anthony so much. Hey, Anthony, I love you. It's
the
Jazzie.
Hamilton.
Yeah, I mean, love
Calvin Richardson,
Calvin,
Casey and JoJo.
Yes, all from North Carolina. So we have put out some amazing artists, Jazzie Carrington.
Oh, yeah. That part.
And I'm coming back, you guys.
All right.
I got a surprise coming.
She might come back in Southern Soul.
I might.
That's one of the hottest music genres out there right now.
Yes. Well, I know that you have so much going on, and I really appreciate you taking the time to sit with me. And this has been absolutely fantastic. But tell us, I know you have the festivals coming up. Anything else with your comedy coming up?
Book me.
Now, what's the date?
I'm available
for the tour.
Right now, I know we got Greenville, North Carolina.
Okay.
We'll be at the Greenville Convention Center on July the 8th.
Okay.
So that's kind of like the kicker. And then so far, I think they got 10 other cities.
Okay.
That we'll be going to. I think we got a Charlotte stop. And,
well, you got to do Charlotte before Beyonce. Because we going to be at the Beyonce.
I ain't going to say nothing crazy about Beyonce because I don't want the beehive coming after me.
Everybody's scared of the beehive.
I don't want none of that smoke. But I do a lot of private shows too. A lot of people book me for their birthdays and their anniversaries.
I love it.
Family reunions. So I'm always busy. Just a lot of what I do isn't in the public. It's not where anybody can just come see me. But Patti LaBelle show, the Cigar Festival, the Nelly Tiger Travis show. Those are some places that you can come, and I'll be there. And then there's also a show that I'm doing August 26th in Tarboro, North Carolina. And on that show is my man Sean Jones, another Def Comedy Jam legend.
Wow.
And Comic View legend. And then J Red the Nephew, a North Carolina Southern Soul artist that's done real good for itself. And Les Long, yours truly.
Yes. So, well, Les, if someone wants to book you or if they want to find you, how can they do that?
Well, one thing you can do is you can call Jazzie.
Well, you need to give them the information. They'll be able to see it. So
but no, you can find me on Facebook, Les Long, and just send me a message. You can find me on Instagram. I am Les Long. You can find me that way. You can call me.
What's
919-805-1194. Once again, that is 919-805-1194.
Awesome. Love it. Yay. Well, thank you, Les. This has been absolutely fabulous.
I've enjoyed this.
I've enjoyed this too. And thank you all again for watching another fantastic episode of What's Hot with Jazzie. I'm your host, Jazzie Carrington. And until next time, I'm out.
And you now know more because you know less.
Woo! Yes! Bye!